Someone just posted on my Facebook about a woman that is divorcing her husband because he refused to fight with her and he was too loving. I want to speak on this because I know the urge. Like Kevin Samuels, I know the urge. Only because before I came to Christ, I was that woman. I can't tell you why. I mean, I could probably tell you part of the reason why, but I think it had something to do with just a dark spirit. And from my recollection, when I would date a decent man, I would try to not necessarily get in fights with him, but because I didn't have communication skills, or at least very good communication skills, I didn't understand how to address an issue that I was having. So instead, I would just lash out. Not excessively, but enough, to cause a little rattle. A lot of times I would hold things in, and that's why I would end up lashing out. But if you just communicate with people, it'll be much easier for you. The other thing is I didn't want to address the issue because I didn't want the person to leave. And so it would build up, then I would lash out, then people would be confused. Also, because I never was truly loved, I didn't understand how to love. And I didn't understand how to accept love from other people. And it seemed like a lot of people that were around me, they gave a lot of fake love. They were there for a moment and then they were gone type deal. There wasn't any true love with any of my friendships, with none of my family, etc. So when I had a decent guy, it was like, what is this? So unfortunately, a lot of people are not going to learn until they come to Christ how to give love and how to accept love. At this point, I am certain, I understand a lot better what love is, and I understand a lot better how to accept it. Even if sometimes it's surprising when it comes in my direction, I'm like, okay, this is good. I recognize it as good, not as a threat. So big difference there. But I wanted to also say this concerning a comment someone left on this gentleman's video, who basically was trashing this girl because she had some degrees. There's this question called, what do you bring to the table? And I just think it's a dumb question. Who are you to sit there and be like, okay, look at me, I'm the man, what do you bring to the table? It's a silly question. What is a better idea is to ask the person about themselves. Get to know them, and then you'll know what they bring to the table. Is it that hard? I mean, people can tell you whatever. It's just weird. It's a weird question. It just seemed very like a transaction type deal. It's just not, no. So I wanted to say that because a gentleman gets on this video and he's like, masculine man, whatever. This word masculine just seems elusive to me at this point, because it seems like people are just putting in, they're doing the thing and nobody knows what they're talking about. And so I asked him to define what masculine is, which, by the way, to me, Ephesians 5, the Ephesians 5 man is a masculine man. When I think masculine, I think Abraham, whose own wife bowed to him and called him Lord. Now, that sounds good to a lot of men because they think they're the king and they want to be bowed to. But at the end of the day, she didn't just bow to him just because he was there and he was the king. He wasn't the king. But I think Abraham knew that he wasn't the king. He followed the Most High in humility. And therefore, he probably showered Sarah with love. And she was like, I gotta bow to you, okay, my Lord, come on. And a lot of women will do that if they are submissive women, if you treat them with love, kindness, and respect as a true masculine man. So I asked the guy a question about the masculine man, what makes a masculine man? And he was like, he's a protector and he's a provider. Facts, that's true. But how is this protective by dragging this woman through the dirt, trashing her degrees, talking about how black women will be or have the highest statistics as baby mamas and being aggressive, etc., etc., etc. How is this protective? It's not protective at all. But you call yourself a masculine man, an alpha male. First off, stop reflecting your life after animals. We're called to be humans. There's a reason why animals are out in the jungle doing their jungle stuff, okay? They're animals. We have houses. We have societies. I can just hear the alpha men that are too smart for their own good coming now. Well, animals have societies too. All right. If you want to be an animal, go be an animal. Go play out in the woods and see how long that you last. But the masculine men are often the ones playing out in the woods in the first place, over here building houses and chopping wood with axes and stuff. So what he did was completely not protective. I mean, he drugged this girl, and I don't really say that about everyone, but my jaw dropped open when I saw this video because I was just so baffled at the spirit, the hatred. It was like putrid hatred coming from this man. It was disgusting. I could not believe what this dude did, you know, and it breaks my heart because the girl wasn't even like aggressive sounding or anything. She was very sweet. She was just confident. I would say that, and I don't say that about everyone. If you're aggressive, you're aggressive, and I'll say you're aggressive. She's definitely sweeter than me, we'll put it that way. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to be protective, it's not just going to be protective over your woman, it's going to be protective over humanity in general. I can only say that, like, real men do that stuff. Like, that's what real men do. You know, they're not going to see this girl who's saying, oh, what she brings to the table, and she talks about her degrees, and then just literally talk about how her people are statistically high in baby mamahood. I mean, it was an obvious attack from the enemy. It was obvious. It was sad, but yeah, these people's destruction is going to fall upon their own head. I'm trying to tell these folks like what's about to happen. They just don't get it, and they're not going to get it because it talks in the Bible. Like, not everybody's going to bow and that kind of stuff, but you know, hopefully people learn before it's too late. You guys be blessed and have a good one. Bye.